There is a war happening every single day, not on some battlefield or in some distant land, but within your own mind. A silent conflict where strength wrestles weakness, long-term vision struggles against short-term pleasure, discipline fights distraction, and the future you are meant to become goes head-to-head with the person you've been settling to be. And the hardest truth to accept is this: both sides are you. It's always been you versus you. Your own choices, your own actions, your own mindset, either shaping you into greatness or holding you back in mediocrity. And if you keep waking up every morning pointing fingers at life, people, circumstances, or timing, then you'll never evolve. Because blaming the world gives you permission to stay the same. But when you finally look in the mirror and say, "I am here because of me," then and only then do you take back the power to change everything. And that change doesn't begin when you feel like it. It starts when it's hard, when no one is clapping, when motivation is gone, when you're tired and life doesn't care, and you still show up because winning happens in the dark. When you make yourself move, push, grow, when nobody's watching, when there's no crowd, no trophy, just sweat, silence, and discipline. And most people never taste real success because they only work when it feels good. But champions are different. They work through boredom, pain, exhaustion, doubt, and fear. They train when no one is watching. They grind when their body says stop. And they don't wait to feel inspired because they've trained their mind to act regardless of emotion. And every time they do the hard thing, they become stronger, sharper, more dangerous, more unbreakable. And this doesn't come from luck, or genetics, or chance. It comes from consistency, from waking up and executing over and over and over again even when you don't want to, even when no one will know but you. Because greatness isn't what people see in the spotlight. It's what you build in silence when nobody is paying attention. When you skip comfort, skip easy, and choose hard. And every time you say no to excuses and yes to growth, you shape the version of you that wins, not just once, but for life. And your brain, your thoughts, your drive, it's all programmable. And if you train it daily by doing what's hard, by rejecting comfort, by seeking pain and pressure and struggle, you build mental calluses just like a muscle. And what used to feel impossible starts to become your new normal. But it only works if you're willing to suffer, to endure, to move forward. Even when the world feels like it's falling apart, because success doesn't care how you feel. It only responds to action. And if you want to change your life, you need to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop listening to the voice that says, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired. I deserve a break," and start acting like the person you say you want to be. Because the truth is, most people will never get there. Not because they couldn't, but because they wouldn't do what it takes. And you can either live a life full of excuses or a life full of results, but not both. And if you want the results, you've got to win the war every day. Win the morning. Win the moment. Win the second your alarm rings and the second you want to quit. Because that's when the real battle begins. Not when it's easy, but when it's hell, and you still move forward. And if you can keep doing that, through every storm, through every doubt, through every failure, if you can show up on the days you don't want to and still give your all, then you're unstoppable. Then you're building something real, something permanent. And one day you'll look back and realize it wasn't luck or talent that got you there. It was all those invisible days, all those small wins, the discipline, the grind, the mindset you built in silence. And the only reason you made it is because when it was hard, you didn't stop. You kept going. And now the world will see what you always knew. You were never average. You were just waiting to be revealed.